This is the Sean Lowery Show. My name is Sean Lowery. I'm an e-commerce entrepreneur who 6 years ago was in my mom's basement with nothing. Now, 10 million in e-commerce sales later, I have a thriving business, United Monograms, here in Charleston, South Carolina. And this is my podcast, episode 17. Working hard versus working smart. How do you balance it? You gotta work hard, but obviously you need to work smart as well. But my main thing is that I don't want people who say work smart to have an excuse not to work hard. You need to do both. One of my favorite quotes of all time, I believe it's Abe Lincoln. He says if you have an hour to chop down a tree, you spend the first 45 minutes sharpening the axe. That's working smart. And for me, I'm a hard worker. That's what I do. Honestly, if I had to pick one between working hard and working smart, I'd probably pick working hard. But obviously, if you're going to build a big business and you want to be successful, you also have to work smart. And I've heard a lot of times the brain is only optimized for about 6 hours of creative work a day. And I've heard smart people say that, and I believe it, but that's creative work. So use those 6 hours for creative work and then spend your other time doing tasks that aren't creative. So that's where the hard work comes in. And there's conflicting information on should you work hard or should you work smart. You got to do both, but you got to successfully balance the two. The answer is both though, but you got to kind of approach it with a puzzle, and it's like a puzzle. It has a lot of nuance, and I don't want people to use working smart as an excuse not to work hard. If you spend the first 45 minutes sharpening the axe, that means you only have 15 minutes left to chop the tree down, so you need to swing hard. You still need to work hard if you're going to be successful. So the problem with only working hard, the problems that I've ran into, that I've seen, is sometimes it's honestly easier. When you're running a business, it's easier to just solve the problem that comes up rather than think of a system to solve it in the future. You just put a Band-Aid on the problem, and that's not going to build a big business that can do great things. And sometimes it's easier. I like doing the productive things at my office, like printing shirts or shipping, because I feel productive, I get something done, but that's not where I should be spending my time. Working smart is something that I've always had to force myself to try to get better at and ingrain inside of me forever to be a good entrepreneur. So here's some tips. Value your time. You control your time. Think. Don't be a drone. If you work for someone else, they can tell you what to do and you cannot have to think. But you need to take a second and you need to evaluate, what do I need to get done, and you need to prioritize. And no one's telling you what to do. So prioritize and think. Before you spend any time on anything, think. Just a couple minutes. And it's hard. This goes against human nature to not solve the problem and take a second, take a minute or two, take some time and think about how you're going to solve this every other time in the future. That's working smart, prioritizing. Planning out the week. Plan out your time. Think ahead. What are your goals for the week? It's just simple things that I'm not the best at sometimes. Sometimes I'll start a week without a plan and I'll just get going, answering my emails, solving problems. And then I need to step back and think. What's my plan? How am I going to prioritize? But you need to think in systems. If you want to take yourself to the next level as a business person, become somebody who thinks in systems. If you have a problem more than once, instead of just solving it on your own, think of a way to constantly solve it in the future. Something as simple as for our customer service. We have a doc where they copy-paste frequently asked questions so they don't have to type it out every time. For our business, we have personalized items, and all the files for printing and embroidery used to be handmade. And I've spent the last year or two putting this automation system into place. And it's been a lot of hard work. But the fact that everything is going to get automated will make the system so much better, and it'll solve problems. Become a systems thinker, and you'll take yourself to the next level as a business person. So it's an example right there of how you have to work hard and work smart, and then work hard on the systems that you need to put into place. And if you have employees and you change a system and you tell them to do something once, they're not going to remember. You have to tell them multiple times. And that's working hard, and that's being fierce. So you got to combine working hard and working smart. And hard work is a good thing. Don't let people shame you. Don't let people say, oh, it's a bad thing to be working hard and burn yourself out. Yeah, you got to manage yourself, make sure you sleep. Make sure that you save money and eat healthy. And still, Work hard. It's fun, it's fulfilling, you'll do better, and also work smart too, but don't let people say working hard's bad, because that's what it comes down to most of the time. Work smart, work hard, do both. I'm out.